Be me, 32 years old, female, sitting in therapist office again, looking at old photos wondering what happened to the person I used to be. Let me tell you how plastic surgery destroyed my entire life completely. Started when I was 24 years old, always been insecure about my nose, had slight bump that bothered me, saved up money for rhinoplasty procedure, researched surgeons for months before deciding, finally went through with the surgery. Recovery was painful, but results looked amazing. After swelling went down completely. Everyone complimented my new nose constantly. Felt more confident than ever before. Started getting more attention from guys. Felt like surgery solved all problems. That's when the addiction really started. Began noticing other flaws I never saw before the nose job success. My lips looked too thin compared to my new perfect nose shape. Booked lip filler appointment immediately after. Healing from the previous procedure completely. Lips looked great, but then noticed my chin looked weak in comparison. Got chin implants 6 months later. Recovery was harder, but results amazing. Felt like I was becoming perfect version of myself finally after years. Each procedure made me notice new flaws that needed fixing right away. Got breast augmentation because chest looked small compared to my enhanced face. Went from B cup to DD. Recovery was brutal, but loved results. Started getting even more male attention. Felt like I was living dream. But then noticed my butt looked flat compared to my new curves. Researched BBL procedures for months online. Found surgeon in Miami who specialized. Flew there for Brazilian butt lift. Most painful recovery I'd experienced yet. But results were exactly what wanted. Looked like Instagram model finally achieved. Started posting photos constantly on social. Got thousands of likes and followers. Felt validated and beautiful for once. But family started expressing concerns about my dramatic transformation over 2 years. Said I looked like different person. Didn't look like their daughter anymore. Boyfriend at time also started commenting. Said he missed my natural beauty, that I was becoming too artificial. Broke up with him because, clearly, he couldn't appreciate my improvement efforts. Started dating guys who only wanted me for my enhanced body parts. Relationships became shallow and meaningless always. But I was addicted to attention. Noticed my eyes looked too small, for my enhanced features now obviously. Got blepharoplasty to open them. Then got cheek implants for balance. Then got another rhinoplasty revision, because first one looked wrong now. Each surgery cost thousands of dollars. Maxed out credit cards paying for. Procedures that seemed absolutely necessary then. Took out loans to fund addiction. Sold my car to pay surgeon. Moved back with parents to save. Money for next procedure I needed. They begged me to stop, but I couldn't see what they meant. Looked in mirror and saw flaws. That needed immediate correction always. Got fox eye procedure to look more exotic and youthful like influencers. Recovery was complicated with infections that required additional medical treatment and antibiotics. Scars were worse than expected results. Started wearing makeup constantly to hide. The obvious signs of multiple surgeries. Skin texture changed from repeated procedures. Looked plastic and unnatural in person. Photos looked good with filters, but reality was becoming harder to hide. Started avoiding friends and family gatherings because everyone commented on my appearance, said I looked scary or alien, couldn't understand why they were jealous. Of my improvements and transformation, obviously. Went to different surgeon for facial. Fat transfer to look more natural. Procedure went wrong and left face. Uneven and lumpy in several places. Needed corrective surgery that cost even more money I didn't have available. Took out second mortgage on parents. House to pay for corrections needed. They were devastated, but I convinced them it was necessary medical expense. Corrective surgery made things worse somehow. Face looked distorted and unnatural completely. Started researching more surgeons for help. Spent entire inheritance from grandmother on. Revision procedures that never fixed problems. Lost job because constant recovery time. Couldn't focus on work anymore either. Became obsessed with finding perfect surgeon who could fix all the mistakes. Traveled to different countries for cheaper. Procedures that resulted in more complications. got severe infection from surgery in, turkey that required emergency medical care, nearly died from complications and sepsis, spent weeks in hospital fighting for life while family watched helplessly nearby, finally realized I had serious problem when I almost died for vanity, started therapy to address underlying issues. That drove me to surgical addiction, learned I had body dysmorphic disorder. That made me see flaws everywhere. Therapist helped me understand that surgery couldn't fix my mental health problems. Damage was already done to everything. Face looked like melted wax figure. Couldn't find work because appearance scared. People during interviews and meetings constantly. Lost all friends who couldn't recognize me anymore or tolerate my obsession. Family relationships were completely destroyed by my selfish choices and financial burden. Spent over $200K on surgeries and complications over 8-year period total. Parents lost their house because of loans I took out for. Procedures that made everything worse gradually. Started legal proceedings against several surgeons for malpractice and negligent care given. But lawsuits take years and cost. More money I didn't have left. Began working minimum wage jobs that didn't require public interaction much. Wore masks constantly to hide face. From strangers and former acquaintances who might recognize the disaster I became. Tried dating, but men were either terrified of my appearance or fetishized my obvious surgical mistakes and complications. Realized I had become cautionary tale about plastic surgery addiction and consequences. Started going to support groups for people with similar body dysmorphic disorders. Met others who had similar experiences with surgical addiction and regret completely. Learned that many people struggle with same issues, but society promotes surgical enhancement as solution to insecurity problems. Wish someone had warned me about addiction potential before first surgery procedure. One procedure really can lead to dozens more as you chase perfection. That doesn't actually exist in reality. Now I warn young women about dangers of surgical enhancement, addiction constantly. Speak at therapy groups about my experience and how it destroyed everything. Lost my natural beauty chasing artificial perfection that was never achievable completely. Lost my family relationships and financial security for temporary validation from strangers. Lost my sense of self trying to become someone I wasn't meant to be through surgical procedures only. Sitting here with destroyed face and empty bank account wondering how life would be different if I had learned to love myself naturally instead. Plastic surgery addiction is real disorder. That ruins lives just like substance abuse, but society doesn't recognize danger until it's too late to help. Wish I could go back and tell my 24-year-old self that the slight bump on nose was actually beautiful and made me unique instead of flawed like believed. Now I look like monster and have nothing left to show for. Years of chasing impossible beauty standards through dangerous surgical procedures and complications. My story is warning to others who think surgery will solve their problems or make them happy finally. It only creates more problems and destroys everything good in your life.